All right. Yeah, there it is. What's up, folks? Courtney with the Aqua team back here with Greg Adams. We're doing our acquisitions, onboarding and training. And like we said, in all of our videos, we try to share and show what we're doing because we like sharing how we're progressing as we build our wholesaling real estate company. Wholesaling, the art of finding discounted properties. And what you do after that is really up to you. You can dispose of it as far as handing off to an investor, or you can keep it yourself to buy and hold for long-term wealth, or you could fix it, flip it for that quick income. And Greg's joined the team as the acquisition manager, and he's allowed us to record and share with you all our trainings as we learn the sales process. How's it going today, man?
All is well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. And today is really a short one. We're focusing on the third stage of like the sales process, and that's seeking and finding pain. Again, from this understanding how humans operate, quite often we're, well, let's say quite often, our really focus, 99% of the people out there are not people we can help. But the 1%, or maybe even the statistics, maybe 95, but the 5% that are out there that we are able to help and serve is a huge amount, and that's constantly changing and growing. But even with that 5%, you still need to have like the skills to be able to help them see the value that we bring. Quite often, a lot of these sellers are in distressed situations, and they're different as anybody can be as different. But sometimes some of our sellers are in the situation because of behaviors that are like procrastination or pain points, like not wanting to deal with a tenant or a family member that's in their house. And our job is to pull that out so they can understand the impact, and we might be able to prescribe a solution. And the way we do that, man, is through CPR time. And that is condition of the property, the checking on what the price the seller is looking for, and finding out what the timeline is they're interested in selling. And the most important thing, which all this is really getting to, is what is your motivation? What's my motivation? All right. So like you think about, Greg, when you go to a doctor's office, like a medical doctor or a nurse, they're asking you tons of questions, right? And the reason they're doing that is because they're trying to pull out of you a understanding of where you are and helping you see the value that we provide. I missed that punctuation mark at the end here. But when we think about condition, there are tons of questions you can ask, man. And we focus on asking open-ended questions. Quite rarely do we want to ask questions that are yes or no. And so when we go through, disruption and setting the stage, and then finally we say, hey, can you tell me about your property? What's the condition? You're listening and you're just taking notes. Okay, well, what about the big ticket items? And you're just taking notes. And again, you don't have to be the most skilled contractor or understanding of properties, but it does help to know what questions to ask. What's the roof look like? What changes have you made? Because this allows you to see what rehab budget you need to put in if you're going to present this to another investor or hold it for yourself. Price, that's just simply asking, hey, what are you hoping to get for it? Now, if we're able to make your offer, what price were you looking for? And sometimes people, scurry around this, and some, so many people are beating their head. Hey, the first person who gives the offer loses, or gives their price loses. And to an extent, that is true, and that's one of the reasons we don't give out offers. Like, if we were able to make we give ranges, or we may say stuff like, oh, well, people are buying at 45 over there, or we bought some before over here, but we never like give a set number until we know that we are at the stage where we're ready for that. And then the most important reasons for selling. You can literally ask, oh, why are you selling? Or why now? Or what's next? Or why don't you keep it? What's your reason for selling? What do you think about selling now? And a lot of these folks we've called, and even though in the follow-up, you found out that they said yes or maybe, you can still say, hey, I know we called you, but why would you be interested in selling? Or what are you going to do with the money once you finish? What are you going to do with the cash, John, when you sell this property? What's your next move? And this is all stuff we're taking detailed notes in our system so that the more information we have, the more we're able to assess the situation and figure out what we need to do. All right. And then the timeline is great. I love the timeline. Let's say, because it helps you push away from the price. Or let's say we agree on price. Let's just put that on the table. We agreed on price and terms. How often what's your timeline? When would be a good time for you? And then you're listening, and then you can find out, oh, I need to move now because I have to go to Colorado by next week, or I need to, do this because of that, or I need to stay in the property for this amount of time. I need to go and edit this, guys. See another punctuation, but that's all right. All right, man. So that's really the 4 pillars of qualifying leads G Money. This is a short one, and we're going to go back over tomorrow more of impact of pain and finding deal breakers. I'm trying to look through my list here to see if there's if I had a slide specific on seeking pain. Yeah, so you see a lot of these Zach, CPR. What timeline? What's the process? How are you in the process? Why haven't you listed it? And we'll talk about some of the specific techniques that you can use to make sure that you're, staying in control of the conversation. Finding the pain points helps us serve the lead, and that's what we're trying to do. Yep, remain in control of the situation. All right, brother. So, any thoughts or questions as we move forward?
No, I think as we continue to move forward, I'll be able to learn as we go. I'm learning a lot, seeking the pain and trying to suppress the pain is a major thing. So I think as we continue to train and as I do it, I think we'll be okay.
Well, we're going to role play at the end of the day. I know both of us have to step out of here, but that's going to allow us to see how it feels. And then we're going to actually have some live ammunition, man. So I'll connect with you a little later, but I really appreciate you letting us share this time. And as always, folks, rising tides lifts all sails. Peace out, Gregory.
All right, peace, rising tides.
Everyone like, subscribe, and all that stuff,